Please be seated. Mm-hmm. Does anybody have a tissue? All right. Yeah! You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. You can feel that, right? Ah, you can feel it coming off her? Go ahead and make that noise if it helps.
No, don't go.
No? All right. If you need to, let me know. I'm honored to officiate here today. Officiating weddings like this one that brings Tess and Matt together, remind me of why I do this. For the money. No. It's because I love to hear the stories like that of Tess and Matt. I was told that they met the way a lot of people do these days, and that's online. Tess blames her cousin Carrie for making her sign up. Matt didn't seem to have anyone to blame for his decisions. Tess told me she felt a little bit awkward about being on a dating site. Everyone seemed so young, which I thought was adorable.
That's fine.
Young? Okay. She said that she and Matt found each other on the profile, and Tess said, you know, we're the only two creeps, old creeps on this site. Maybe we should meet.
Oh my God.
Matt, being a sucker for sweet talk like that, agreed. And 4 years later, here we are. Like with most old creeps, it just took a long time to get here. I am honored to be a part of this ceremony as Tess and Matt begin a new chapter in their journey together. And it is a new chapter. I know it doesn't seem like things will be that different, but you'll be married. Or married.
Married.
Yeah. That dweem within a dweem. That's just for you.
Exactly.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And then, you know, there is a secret to a happy marriage. Do you know what the secret is to a happy marriage?
No.
No, nobody does. It's a secret. Doesn't help, does it? We should all be honored to be witnessing this marriage. No other human ties are more tender. No other vows are more sacred than those you're about to assume. Every wedding is a celebration of the human potential. It's a celebration of our ability to live in love and peace. And it's a gift to those in attendance that they may live within the sanctity of their own vows. It would also be appropriate to remember those loved ones that we wish could be today, but are not, but are here in spirit. They say that marriage is hard. Now, I was married. I don't know if I told you about this. I was married for 17 years, and I will tell you the hardest years were the first 17. I'm kidding. They go quickly. They don't have to be hard either. More on that if you pay attention. I think one of the secrets to having a happy marriage is paying attention. Falling in love is easy. Staying in love is a choice. Love demands diligence. It won't be ignored. You have to actually notice each other every day. As human beings, we tend to take for granted those things that are always around us. We forget to be grateful that we can breathe, that we can see the sky, feel the air, watch TV, something that's there every day. Love is too fragile to be ignored. Please notice who is always there and be grateful for that relatively brief time you have together. Do that. I don't think it'll be that hard at all. Another part of the secret is to remember that no one is without flaws. There are good parts and bad parts of all of us, but love isn't seeing the good and ignoring the bad. It's too tenuous to ignore anything at all. It demands that we see both the plus and the minus in that person and say, yeah, that's what I signed up for. That's what I want for me. Because when the two of you argue, and you will, when feelings get hurt, and they will, when one or both of you are crying, and you will, even in that moment, you can say, yeah, but that's what I signed up for. This is my partner. To appreciate all the facets of our partner is what makes love endure. It's also important to remember not to lose your individuality. I've heard people refer to marriage as two people becoming one or two halves becoming a whole. I don't think that's quite accurate. I think that it's not two people becoming one, but rather two people joining forces to become better than they could ever be apart. As they prepare to join their lives, it's important to understand that everyone here is present has played a role in the shaping of the character of Tess and Matt, and will continue to play a vital role in their lives. We're here, therefore, not only to witness their vows, but to bestow upon them our blessing. As part of our participation here today, we first have a reading from Adrian Pelshaw. Adrian?
Sooner or later, we begin to understand that love is more on... Sorry. Love is more than verses on Valentine's and romance in the movies. We begin to know that love is here and now, real and true, the most important thing in our lives. For love is the creator of our favorite memories and the foundation of our fondest dreams. Love is a promise that is always kept, a fortune that can never be spent, a seed that can flourish in even the most unlikely of places. And this radiance that never fades, this mysterious and magical joy, is the greatest treasure of all, one known only by those who love. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast. It is not proud, it is not rude, it is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered, it keeps no records of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres.
Love you.
Thank you.
Before the next reading, we'd like, Matt and Tess would like to participate in the Unity Tree ceremony. You would join me over here?
Yeah, do I walk that way?
I think so. What's the best way to go? Here, I'll keep you from going down the steps. Yeah, there we go. Go ahead. The Unity Tree ceremony represents the joining of two lives in a single loving union. The blending of this nurturing soil represents not only the union of the two of you, but the joining of your friends and families of you both. This small plant, it's an opportunity to get mud on your pants. This small plant represents the potential for growth and beautiful expression of life. Just like your union here together today, the roots are planted firmly in the soil while the leaves reach higher to the heavens every day, stemming from the love and compassion provided for it here today. Come on back over here. And now we'll have our next reading from Maria Badalamenti.
Matt and Tess, you have known each other from the first glance of acquaintance to this point of commitment. At some point, you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, indeed you've been making promises and agreements in an informal way. All those conversations that were held riding in a car, over a meal, or during long walks, all those sentences that began with, when we're married, and continued with, I will, and you will, and we will, those late night talks that include someday, somehow, and maybe, and all those promises that are unspoken matters of the heart. All these common things and more are the real process of a wedding. The symbolic vows that you're about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know, all those things we promised and hoped and dreamed? Well, I meant it all, every word. Look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you have been many things to one another. Acquaintance, friend, companion, lover, dancing partner, and even teacher, for you have learned much from one another in these last few years. Now you shall say a few words that take you across the threshold of life, and things will never quite be the same between you. For after these vows, you shall say to the world, this is my husband, this is my wife.
We've joined together to participate in the uniting of Tess and Matt in the institution of marriage. This is a sacred rite, an ancient rite. The church may bless it, the state may recognize it as a legal construct, but these are but symbols of what's happening between Tess and Matt as their hearts reach out to each other and pledge their devotion, which they will now do by exchanging vows. Did you join hands? Should I have warned you?
Oh, that's a good warning.
Matt, if you'll repeat after me. I, Matthew, choose you, Tess, to be my wife,
I, Matthew, choose you, Tess, to be my wife,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
for better or for worse,
for better or for worse,
for richer or for poor,
for richer or for poor,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and to honor,
to love and to honor,
and to cherish unconditionally,
and to cherish unconditionally,
forsaking all others, always faithful to you.
forsaking all others, always faithful to you.
you'll place that on her finger and repeat after me. With this ring I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed.
Let it ever be a symbol of our love.
Let it ever be a symbol of our love.
Now, Tess, if you'll repeat. I, Tess, choose you, Matthew, to be my husband.
I, Tess, choose you, Matthew, to be my husband.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
For better or for worse.
For better or for worse.
For richer or for poorer.
For richer or for poorer.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
To love and to honor.
To love and to honor.
And to cherish unconditionally.
And to cherish unconditionally.
Forsaking all others, always faithful to you.
Forsaking all others, always faithful to you.
If you'll place that on his finger, please. And repeat after me. With this ring I thee wed.
With this ring I thee wed.
Let it ever be a symbol of our love.
Let it ever be a symbol of our love.
Tess and Matt, in so much as the two of you have agreed to live together in matrimony, have promised your love for each other by these vows. By the authority vested in me in the state of by the state of Michigan, Universal Life Church, and those attendant, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss. Ladies and gentlemen, for the very first time, I'm introducing Mr. and Mrs. Matthew Miller.